Hey y'all, it's Chris with Rockin Farm, and while I come out here to do my afternoon chores, I just wanted to talk about something really exciting with everybody. Before I jump into today's topic, as always, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, click that notification bell. Don't forget the big thumbs up if you like the video, and head on over to our website, rockin8farm.com. So what did we end up doing here on our farm? Well, let's just put it this way. It's gonna save my knees, it's gonna save my back, and it's gonna save us a ton of time. That's right, folks. We ended up getting ourselves a tractor. After several months of agonizing over the decision, and it's because of the type of people that my wife and I are, we knew that it was financially possible for us to get a tractor. But it was kind of one of those, hey, this is a big investment, it's a lot of money, and you know, I've got a wheelbarrow, a pitchfork, a shovel, we've got a mower, like we've got the stuff that a tractor does. It's just that it takes a lot longer and a lot more muscle to put a T-post in by hand or to mow several acres with a push mower. But I can do it, so do we need to spend the money? And the end result of our decision was the amount of time it will save us and the fact that that type of physical labor is making the knees and back older. Let's extend the amount of time that we can farm by getting ourselves some mechanical help. And that's what we decided to do. So in my particular video here, I am probably gonna make a lot of people mad, but some of you will know exactly where I'm coming from. See, if you're the type of person that thinks that the only tractor out there is yellow or green, I'm probably gonna make you mad. On the flip side, if you're the type of person that thinks that the only decent tractor out there is orange, I'm gonna make you mad too. So let me tell you how I came about making my decision before I show you what kind of tractor we ended up getting. I put together a spreadsheet, and the spreadsheet basically had all of my needs and my wants, and then I had to plug some stuff in there as far as the type of impact we want to have on our land. Everything that we're doing around here is engaged in permaculture principles to the best of our ability, so we want to have the least impact on the land as possible. I went with a breed of pig that is a little bit lighter, a little bit smaller, and doesn't tend to root as much. When we get into cattle, we're gonna go with a cattle breed that's a little bit smaller and doesn't create such an impact on the land, either through grazing or through weight. So what my spreadsheet told me in the end is that I was looking for a subcompact tractor. And it lifted enough, it mowed enough, it went fast enough that, you know, I mean, obviously you can always use a bigger tractor, but a bigger tractor also has a bigger impact on the land. Regardless, subcompact was the way that we felt we needed to go, and it certainly didn't hurt that the subcompact tractors are a little bit more on the less expensive side than the compact or when you start getting up into the bigger tractors. So when we decided subcompact was the way to go, it was time to narrow down brands. We looked at blue brands, we looked at red brands, we looked at orange brands, we looked at green brands. I started out with about 6 different tractor brands, and then it narrowed down from horsepower to the PTO, availability of implements, what types of implements it could and could not use. That's all the stuff that we looked at. And that narrowed it down to about 3 brands. So then obviously something that was really important to me was local availability, as far as someone I can take it back to for expertise or to have maintenance done, or if there's recalls. And that narrowed it down to 2. And these 2 brands are generally considered kind of the Cadillacs of subcompact tractors. Some of you may disagree. One of them is orange and one of them is green. So believe it or not, this is actually the part of the video where some of you might start to get upset. I compared the Kubota BX series, the 2300, the 2600 to the 1025R of John Deere. And what I discovered was they are essentially the same tractor.
What you talking about, Willis?
Like I said, I know that right there is probably the most upsetting comment that some of you could have heard, because there are people out there that absolutely bleed orange and think there is no way that a green tractor can compare to an orange tractor. And there are people out there that have been bleeding green since goodness knows when, and they don't think that an orange tractor could ever compete with a green tractor. Y'all know who I'm talking about. These are the people that wear John Deere and Kubota hats and John Deere and Kubota t-shirts, And whenever they go someplace, they find an opportunity to talk about their tractor. And when they go to bed at night, they dream about their tractor. And, well, sometimes accidents happen. Y'all, that person just isn't me. I wanted the best tractor at the best deal for my money. And what I ended up discovering was that there are subtle differences between the Kubota BX series and the John Deere 1025R. But most of them are just kind of, what's your preference type stuff. Now, when I put these two tractors into my spreadsheet, it came out to within tenths of each other as far as what tractor was going to be best. Well, as near as I can tell, the margin of error on my spreadsheet is probably about 0.2 or 0.3. So y'all, when I say that these are comparable tractors, they are comparable tractors. There are subtle differences that some people like better than others. On the Kubota, for the forward and back, it's a pedal that's on your toe and a pedal that's on your heel, but you can also lift up the toe pedal with your toe. On the John Deere, the pedals are side by side. One is forward, the one on the outside is backwards. Some people prefer one, some people prefer the other, some people really don't care. I'm in the really don't care category. The Quick Connect mower deck on the John Deere 1025R is pretty cool. The way that you can just drive up over it and it automatically latches on and you don't really even have to hardly get off the tractor to hook it up. Right on. But it's not like I'm planning on disconnecting my mower deck 5, 6, 7 times a day. So if I've got to climb under the tractor to unhook a couple of pins, it is certainly not the end of the world. The loader capacity on the John Deere 1025R is a little bit higher than the loader capacity on the Kubota. But again, I mean, it's not like, when we talk about loader capacity, we're talking about like lift it off the ground an inch or two and be able to move with it. We're not talking about lifting stuff way up in the air. So maybe the Deere edges out the Kubota a little bit on the amount of weight that it can lift, but you know what? Unless you've got quite a bit of weight in the back, it doesn't matter how much weight you can lift, you're gonna be tipping forward just because you don't have enough ballast in the back. So yes, the John Deere can technically lift more weight, but again, because we're dealing with small tractors, you've still got that issue. Other than that, the cockpits are similar. The levers are in similar places. The light switches are in similar places. They're similar sizes. They're just very much equal tractors. So now that I've ticked off all of the die-hard John Deere loyalists and all of the die-hard Kubota loyalists by saying the two tractors are the same, what did I end up getting? Well, here you go. So y'all, why did I end up with the John Deere 1025R? Well y'all, in all honesty, it came down to money. These two tractors are also very similar in price, and as a matter of fact, when I went to the Kubota dealership and when I went to the John Deere dealership, they both had almost identical packages available for almost the same amount of money. The two dealerships are within a couple of miles of being the same distance from my house, albeit in different directions. So I wanted to be able to go to a place where I knew they were going to take care of me even after the sale. And I had heard from a lot of people that Kubota was definitely that way. And I had heard from some people that this particular John Deere dealership was also that way. So when I went to Kubota and said, hey, you've got a package online right now that is the tractor, the loader, a box blade, and a mower deck, as well as a trailer. I don't really need the trailer, so what can y'all do for me? And the answer was, if you're not buying the package deal, then we kind of have to sell you everything individually, which came out to pretty much the same price as the package deal with the trailer. When I went to John Deere, they said, hey, not a problem, Chris. We'll look at that package deal. We'll knock $1,000 off of it for the trailer since you don't want the trailer. Here's what your package is going to look like without that trailer on it. Now, here was the other big thing for me, and it was just the way that I'm treated as a customer. When I called over to the Kubota dealership, it seemed like, and I can't verify this, but it just kind of felt like, we are Kubota. Do you not know who we are? We don't negotiate. That was just kind of the feeling that I got. Whereas when I went to the John Deere dealership, it was, what do you want, Chris? What do I got to do to get you into this tractor? And honestly, they gave me everything that I was looking for. But that was basically the bottom line of it all, y'all. Who gave me the best deal and who treated me the best as a customer was the one that ended up winning out. I'm not going to say that I have no brand loyalty when it comes to certain things, but for me, typically, if it works the same, looks basically the same, and costs basically the same, I'm going to go with who treats me the best. Obviously, there's always a little bit of a learning curve to any new machine, so as I start figuring out how to do things with my tractor, I really look forward to bringing some tractor videos to y'all. As I end up purchasing other implements and doing some cool stuff with those implements, I look forward to doing some product reviews with y'all. But the bottom line is, Rockin 8 Farm is now mechanized, y'all. That's right, we got ourselves a tractor. So, my back is gonna be healthier, my knees are gonna be healthier, and until I see you again, I want y'all to be happy and live healthy.